underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The offense lining up for a first down play. They'll try the run. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4. David, given the fact that you are a devoted helmet head, I'm not sure that you're aware there are a lot of other festivities around the bowl game. Did you ever experience any of that?
Of course I'm a helmet head. Yeah, spot on. Agree with that. But here's the thing. We did a meat-eating contest at the Outback Bowl my senior year. Which squad could eat more steak from Outback? It was absolutely amazing. So I experienced that in all of its glory.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Now they'll face 3rd and 4 in their first possession of the game. From the gun, wants to pass. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And he muffs it, a loose football. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back. First down here for the offense. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. From the gun, they'll try the middle. One thing I've noticed from talking to coaches about their approach to bowl games is how many of them use it as a springboard for next season. They try to focus on developing some of the new guys, maybe, that have joined them for the bowl practices.
I mean, you get 15-plus extra practices. You start to play and experience more as young guys. The older guys get a little bit more rest. But, yeah, you're building the future. You're building the foundation. You're working on your technique. And you know what? You also get to have some fun. I think that's important for team building, is having fun at your location, doing the different things together to start to build that unity that will make a big difference in the future.
Yeah, there's a saying in college football that your freshman year, when you get to bowl season, you're no longer a freshman. A lot of players grow up. You get the extra practices mentally, and from a confidence standpoint, you turn the page. I can remember back to my true freshman year, we're getting ready to play Penn State. We had a lot of NFL talent in my freshman class, and everybody just seemed to grow a foot taller. They were playing with a different intensity level that really paid off for us the next year.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
And the Trojans looking to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. A shot toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Trojan!
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver streaking straight down the outside of the field. And my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. Receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in. All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy.
Open runway ahead. At the 30. He's at the 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Longhorns!
Man, it's easy to call plays when I got guys like this who can take the ball and rip it 70-plus to the house. How about the speed? He showed you a little bit of wiggle. This dude's got it all. Nice touchdown run by the running back.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And here's the return. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back to throw, it's Wood. He lost it high and deep down the left side. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. This offense has to be feeling it after that last one, and they'll snap it 1st and 10 just outside the 20. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. Well, guys, bowl season is here. Always fun to get these non-traditional matchups that you don't see regularly. What do you guys remember about playing in a bowl?
I think you remember all the moments throughout the season and throughout your career, and then it's the last time that you ever get these group of individuals together. You say goodbye to so many people, and it's kind of bittersweet, but always fun, Jesse, to dance with your boys one last time. But another thing, too, I love the swag bags, personally. I love getting the gifts.
Yeah, I mean, to me, David, really, it was thinking about the tradition and history of these bowl games. I think that's one of the best things about college football. We're in an era today where bowl games don't matter as much as they did back when you and I played, but it was special to take the field with your guys one more time, but playing in games that had so much history.
They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
A 1st down run in the red zone. Pushes ahead for 2 to the 7-yard line. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. Quarterback strolling away from Heath. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
I'm impressed with this defense, man, because that QB is lightning fast. You see how fast that defender was able to get to him and force the incompletion? Wow.
On 3rd and goal, they'll throw it. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
What a 3rd down stop by this defense. 3rd down and goal, no problem. You know that guy. Every time he touches the football, you hold your breath because he's so dynamic at the quarterback spot. They were ready, and they forced the 4th and goal.
Instead of trying to just take the lead with a field goal, they'll leave the offense out there to try to punch in the touchdown. Surging forward on the sneak. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown.
And man, that stings. If you're a defense, you get all the way to a fourth down situation and held him so many times, and man, they punch it in late, especially with the physicality. I hate when I get beaten with physicality. They pounded them, ran the football with all the big guys in the game, and got the touchdown.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And that is not the optimal solution there. The kickoff out of bounds, and the offense will have a little bit easier time of things. Running backs on either side of the quarterback. The handoff as they run the counter play here. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
And a great job by the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right up the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He uncorks a laser deep down the middle. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Texas!
And a really nice job by the quarterback. He drops back. He knows where he's going with the football. You can tell. He sees this guy coming from left to right, running that post down the middle of the field, throws it. Perfect timing to his receiver. He catches the football, takes it into the end zone.
And they did tack on the extra point. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Texas. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Touch pass on the run. And he'll pick up a few yards before he's dragged down, and that'll be the end of the first quarter.
With the score time at 14.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Back to pass, it's Wood. Trying to get to him. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
It's so nice to be an offense on second down in short yardage situations. Why? I can take shots. If I want to, I can just act like I'm going to run to try to get the first down, take a deep shot down the field. I can run the football. The whole playbook is open to my disposal.
He fires back across the field, and it's intercepted. Made that play and was hoping to make another one on the return, but they'll take it in business at the 41.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit. The defense able to come up with a big play.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. Throws for the end zone. And it's picked off. A veteran in this defense stayed locked in on his rules and made the interception. That's one of those throws. He tried to give it some touch, and as soon as it left his hand, you know he was thinking, no, please bring it back, bring it back.
As a quarterback, Reese, you've got to throw the ball with conviction. Generally, when you throw it harder, oftentimes you're a lot more accurate. All of a sudden now, you're try to take something off. You're trying to throw the perfect spiral and cut the wind, and your accuracy goes down, and that was an example there. Errant throw on the interception.
And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Really nice pass there. You know the expectations at USC every year are sky high. Not just to win the conference, but to be in the national championship discussion. But to do that, they need this guy right here to play at a high level week in and week out, because this guy has the skills and the tools to take them there.
Tight end finds a soft spot. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too?
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for a quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Going up top. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Man, if you're going to win games, you have got to hit on the home run type plays, and that was a great opportunity right there. The receiver has got to be able to look that football in and make the catch.
He wants to throw it again. Got it in the middle. It's Meyer. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning too. That was beautiful.
He's looking to throw it. Trying to get behind the defense. And he'll make the catch at the 15. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
Fast motion from the offense. Little touch pass to the receiver. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
It's good. And after the field goal, guys, they are back on top. After putting up a three-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offensive line.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. They're getting this guy lathered up. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Well, they were trying to run a sweep, but they got put in the dustpan real fast.
And defenses understand, I cannot let fast guys get on the edge. I got to get that ball turning back towards the middle. Really good job of understanding that. Understanding if he gets too far outside from them big boys.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and that can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action.
first and second down. Don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. And the Longhorns will send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Makes a move. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance. Lofts one high and deep. And it's picked off by the defender, but he's out of bounds. Couldn't get the foot down. It's incomplete. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. To the air. It's Wood. Using the quick game. Tackled immediately after the catch. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
And that last completion left them short of the sticks. It's third down. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
The Trojans will line up to punt it away. On his way back from the 20. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Here comes the Texas offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
From the gun, running back on the move. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. It'll be a draw. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
Finds a crease at the 20. He's up to 57 yards rushing and getting ever closer to that 1,200-yard mark. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Longhorns will snap it on first and 10. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Coming after it. Defense better dig in for the run. Heavy formation is there. Off the play fake. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds in the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And it's third down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And the 3 ball locks us up as we get closer to the half. So they get the late field goal right before the half and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. All tied up and just about set to kick it away.
Texas.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. We are locked up to start the second half, and guys, you know what? It fires one high and deep. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. Touchdown, Trojans! And that one will put them up here in the second half.
Well, as a defense, you know you're going to see the go route, especially against this guy. He does it to defenses, it seems, every single week, and so they're not able to get back deep enough to get run by. He makes the catch and then runs it into the end zone. They're going to have to change up their coverage and get some safety help up over the top because this guy's speed is a problem.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown, just like that. They're lining up to boot it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Snapped it in the shotgun. Fires to the wideout. And wings it incomplete. Not sure exactly what went haywire there, but the timing was just off.
And that's your job as a defense, right? You got to find a way to disrupt the timing and jam wide receivers or get to the quarterback and make him feel uncomfortable, but you can't let that timing be easy and effortless. Nice job by the defense.
He can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
As a defender, you dream about those big hits. You work hard on it in practice, closing space, getting close, and just sticking that guy and causing the fumble.
They get him on the ground. He picked up about 4 yards, and the ball spotted at the 10. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Takes a handoff. It's Meyer. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And the Trojans want to crank the tempo. Now the play fake. Bought a little time, lets it go. Quickly complete. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
You saw the tight end on a big play there in that last third down. Why not go back to him again here in the red zone? With his size and his athleticism, he is a matchup nightmare.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Southern! offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of a great field position.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. That's caught. It's fair. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on third down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle. He's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the fourth down.
Stays on the field on 4th and 1. I'm not sure they're just trying to make the defense jump. I believe they think they can get it. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. The Longhorns will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off play action on 1st down. Release to the back. Makes the grab. It's Meyer. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. He's got him wide open. The Trojans getting it done through the air, picking up the 1st down.
And they always got one of these. Big arm sucker that can sling the ball down the field. You think about USC, that's what I always think about. Quarterbacks, playmakers, Hollywood, Heismans.
Well, the offense trying to hit the dagger route. You see the receiver, he went down the field, stretched it, made it look like it was going to be a go, put his foot in the ground, tried to cut to the inside. Just not able to be on the same page there.
2nd down after that incompletion. They want to just keep throwing it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
I'm not positive, but that 1st down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, USC. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the 2nd half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure. Intercepted. Got some room to run. Just steamrolling his way through. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Quarterback adapting. Got enough space. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
Well, it's a great individual effort by him, but boy, oh boy, it came at a cost. He was able to go out and get some positive yards and make something happen for his offense, but did you see the hit he just took? I don't know if he can take too many more of those.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Now it's second and goal. Quarterback on the keeper. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces third and goal. Dropping back, it's Wood. Lets it go to the end zone. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And this one ought to be nice and easy, a 22-yard attempt. It's good. He's going to hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And that lead grows even bigger. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Looking to move it through the air. Unloads to the wideout. Working the middle. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. To the air on 1st down. He'll take a deep shot here. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Trying to take it back. The 40. He's at the 30. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
What an interception. He's dangerous because not only can he catch the ball and pluck it out of the air, but he's hard to bring down too. This is a guy that I think could play offense for a lot of programs around the country, and he showed you his open field running there.
Looking for the score. Touchdown, Trojans. And the stomping has commenced. My goodness, he is putting on a laser show right now. Leinart, Palmer, Pat Hayden, Marinovich, you name it. These guys are going to be looking up at this dude.
Just spinning the bean all over the yard. And that's why you come to USC. Those names you mentioned, and you know that ball's going to be in your hands. You get to go make plays, and he is doing exactly that.
And Here comes the Texas offense back on the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the...
That's number 2. That's a good year for a lot of people. What a day. Having 2 interceptions already. I might try my hand on the other guy. This guy is not somebody I want to mess with.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Looking for room. It's Meyer. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. He'll try to do it himself. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
The score, USC 48, Texas 17.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. He lofts one down the sideline. And that pass is intercepted, bringing it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
Reese, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably would quit. Actually, you probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? I know you're not going to win, but it doesn't matter. Keep fighting to the very end.
From the gun to give, looking for room. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped a really big play. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. They'll throw it on 1st down. Fires left. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing if they stop the pass, they win the game, and they have done that. Their guys have won one-on-one on islands. They've been able to get to the quarterback. They've been mixing up their looks. They haven't even allowed 100 yards passing in this one, and that's why they are way ahead here in the 4th quarter.
The freshman able to get home with the sack.
Well, the defense is not taking their foot off the gas. They've got a huge lead. We're early in the 4th quarter, and still they're getting pressure on this quarterback, registering a sack.
This is a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Lost one deep down the right side. Snags it. They will score. Touchdown, Longhorns! Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
Texas.
No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. Offense getting set for first down. Leaves it with the running back. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physical. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They're just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Looking to throw on second down. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it goes through his hand.
Was
Got an
incomplete.
explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. You got a big lead in the fourth quarter, and you take that shot, and you stop the clock. And it's a long shot, but you're letting teams hang around.
And I prefer to win. Like, I want to make sure that, you know, if I'm up, I'm going to run the football. But
Looking deep down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. The Trojans will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. He gets a block. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Here comes the Texas offense. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Time to take a shot. Catch and stride inside the 15. Touchdown, Texas! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, and gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He's not quite going to get there, and the try for 2 fails, and they are unable to cut into this lead any further. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Yes, that's one way to ensure there's no return as the kickoff goes out of bounds. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Looking for a productive play on first down. He wants to throw. Fires it incomplete.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Looking to throw, it's Wood. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And he makes the catch inside the 20. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus.
Well, it really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense. They are still letting it fly. They're airing it out, trying to light up the scoreboard.
Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Out of the gun, the inside give. Touchdown, Trojans! And the route is on.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Texas, 30.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They'll throw it on first down. Going downfield for the big play. Wide open, he makes the catch. Running toward the tape. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Longhorn!
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature, and you find them, and they produce like this, you keep finding them.
55, Texas.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. On the option. The pitch. Got room at the 35. He's loose. The 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Southern Cal. And the beatdown has ensued.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Texas, 37.
Bringing it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. A first down for the offense. The back goes in motion. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Fires to the middle. Oh, he drops the football. He had it right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be second down.
And everything looked good on that play. The receiver does a really good job of pushing upfield and then coming inside. But what happens when you come inside? You start coming to all those bodies, those linebackers, those safeties come into play. And those alligator arms sometimes get a little bit short.
Now on second down after the incompletion. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. He wants to throw here on second down. And he intercepts it in their end zone. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, USC.
And great job by this defense. You got them backed up. Great job reading the quarterback's eyes, getting your hands up, putting your hand on the football, and then guess what? The easiest interception of all. Catch it in the other team's end zone, 6 points.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it.
37.
And he's going to bring it out. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have it. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Shoots it to the left. He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
He rifles one deep down the middle. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. He's off to the races. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Texas! In a lot of losses, you just want to burn the tape. You don't want to watch it. But I think there are some things that they can take into next week from this performance.
No doubt. Offense is about finding your rhythm, finding your groove, what you do well. And you can tell, at least now, starting to get a little something going that maybe you can do.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him. You
can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out. Everybody right now on the same page.
Looking downfield, it's Wood. He's going to take off. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. From the gun, wants to pass. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
I think in this situation after that incompletion, 4th and short on your side of the field, the smart play is to punt it away and trust your defense.
And the Trojans will try to pin them back with the punt. Fair catch called for and made. Here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Negative play on first down. That's what a defense always wants. Wants to throw on second down. And he feels the heat coming in. It burns him up. Another sack.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on. And now just throw another sack in the equation. Hitting the quarterback, being disrupted. They've been all over the field.
And that third down pass had some serious juice, but they couldn't hook up.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Obviously, this game hasn't gone the way they would have liked, but coaches are always looking for positive moments and things that you can build on. How about that young man going out, getting an interception? Yeah, they're being blown out. They're probably not going to win this football game, but that is the type of play as a coaching staff you can build on for next week's game.
So, guys, we'll get another look at this offense. They're trying to get to it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Offense gets set for second down. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
A huge game. Probably would have loved to see this earlier in the game. Probably would have loved to have some of these runs and have a little bit more success running the football earlier. Now, I might think about maybe cranking the tempo and probably, if I'm going to need these runs, I'm going to need to go ahead and score on these runs, or I'm going to need to start chucking the football.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. He caught it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn!
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Texas.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Final minute, this game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how they're...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up. Well, we are winding it down, guys. Only a few more plays left in this season. Also wrapping up a really outstanding performance for this offense.
Yeah, and they're sending out the seniors on the right foot. Guys, we've seen a lot of great football. There have been so many tremendous moments and individual efforts, David. This is a year in college football I know I'll never...
We're going to throw it over the top of the D. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Looking for more room. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return. First down for this offense. He's going to pass. Looking left. Got his man downfield. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Quarterback will audible. Trying to find his man on first down. Fires toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Texas!
How about the offense? They spread them out. Everybody spread wide. Easier to read a defense when you do that. They find the matchup they want, and they get rewarded with the score.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. Right down the middle. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a two-play drive.
Texas.
Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Back to throw, it's Wood. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's picked off for the fourth time today. Taking it the other way. And he's down, and this game will end on a turnover. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get actually just kind of one stop with this many points that was being scored. You got the stop late. That's why you got the dub.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.